Hello, Fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, Fringers! Howdy, Belchers and Fish Odors. Welcome to episode 4 of Finding Solace, an Identical actual play and a Neon Trails special event. I am your game runner, the Caleb G. Before we get into things, just friendly reminder to check your voter registration status, just in case. Tonight is the 4th of our 4-episode special event that will provide some insight into the end of Neon Trails Season 1 and lead directly into Season 2, which is kicking off next week. I want to start things by saying thank you to our wonderful cast. You've all jumped into this show and did such an amazing job not only performing and having fun, but also collaborating and making this a very unique story that is vibrant and just bringing such fun flavor into this little corner of Identico. Thank you to Mallo for all the work you do behind the scenes with all the production and the hosting and the promoting. Literally, nothing would happen without you sitting there in the chair and putting the hours in. Thank you. Put your love and gratitude in the chat while you're doing that. Let's say hello to our cast that would kiss Thanksgiving because it would be salty and delicious. First up, I'm not going to rest until I find out who did this. Then I'll take a nap. It's Mallo playing Sam.
Man, that sounds so me. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, fire the missiles, but I'm late tired. Fire the missiles first, then take a nap. Yes.
Yes. Next up, okay, fine, but I'm going to complain the whole time. It's Kaylee playing Akane.
Yeah, I'm here, but I also feel very seen by that quote, because...
All right.
But, I mean, it's a little bit too simplistic for me, Caleb. You could probably do better. Honestly,
you deserve more. You're right.
Yeah, I do deserve better.
You do. I'm so
I appreciate the thought, but it wasn't enough. So
you're right. I apologize. I promise that
I accept your apology, even though I think it was a little weak sauce. But you should probably move on to whoever's next now, because if you don't, then we're just going to be doing this for 2 hours, and nobody really wants that.
Yeah, we can keep this bit up, but we'll move on. I'm sorry. Did my sass get in your eye? It's Cass playing Catassie.
My sass gets everywhere, so chances are very high.
True story. I had to wash my hair earlier.
It's true. It's an occupational hazard of being me.
Really? Which one?
On the sides here.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Let go and let goose. Let's get silly.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about cake. It's Leo playing the Duke.
Yeah, that one absolutely is me. Give me that cake.
In what kind of way? Yeah, hold on.
All kinds.
All kinds. Yeah, there you go. The Duke is a lover, not a fighter. We've learned.
So you and Rihanna have that in common.
Exactly.
And we just need a win at working good. It's Mav playing Declan.
I work 9 to 5 and kick ass, and I've already clocked out. So let's get to it, baby.
Wow, that was just so much. I'm all over the place. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way before I forget what I'm doing, even though I wrote it all down. Season 2 of Neon Trails premieres next week on October 1st. As usual, we will be live on twitch.tv/Identico at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Episode archives, other content is available over at youtube.com/Identico. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us some comments. Follow us on the socials. Look for us at Identico and at Humanoid Games on whatever social media platforms you are using. Visit playidentico.com where you can read the basic core rules for free, find the newest module, The Dark and the Divine, pick up books, stickers, and other merch to support the show. And do not forget the cyber horror module, The Good Doctor, since spooky season is upon us. If you are live with us on Twitch right now, hello, we love you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to spend some channel points for some rerolls. Yeah, the crew might need them. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, Morag's Dice, for all your super slick resin dice needs, and check out show sponsor Rainbow Dragon Prints for all your 3D printing goodies, including your fancy dice accessories. Mallo, I feel in my gut that you might have something else to share with us tonight.
I do. I did a thing over the summer that we have been wanting to do for a while with Identico, or at least that I've been wanting to do for a while. We have released an album. There is Identico Neon Trails. It's not Neon Trails the musical per se, but it is music inspired by the first season of Neon Trails. In fact, if you are listening live on Twitch right now, that music is actually playing. Some of it's playing in the background right now, and it'll be updated on the YouTube channel and everything like that. You can. Was an absolute labor of love to. If you see my studio, there was a bunch of music stuff. It was built originally to be a music studio first, and then it kind of became my streaming and podcasting setup and things like that over the pandemic. And so we've done double duty every time. So if you'd like to pick it up, I'll put it in the show notes for those of you who are watching back at this on YouTube later or on the podcast later. But you can go to identico.bandcamp.com. That's where you can pick it up. The album fully is $7, or you can pick up the individual tracks. You can also listen to it there for free at the beginning. I think they limit you after a little bit, but check it out. It is a huge experience to try to make music that is inspired by the stories that we've told here and put it out there for your enjoyment. But all the money that we make on things like this, when we do these side projects and stuff, go to paying our artists, of which we have brand new character art for season 2 of Neon Trails that we are supporting a wonderful woman named Sally Quinn. She's Sally Quinn Creations on Twitch. She does amazing art, especially cosplay and body art. She streams all the time, so go check her out there. But yeah, all of the money that we make from these things go back into paying the artists and the collaborators that we work with on this. So everything that you do for us is sort of reinvested into the community. So anything you can do to help and support us would be fantastic. But even just let me know if you like the music, because I spent a lot of time and effort on it, and I had a lot of fun making it. So go check it out, and we'll put it in the show notes and everything for you.
Big congratulations to you, sir, for accomplishing that task, setting yourself a goal and sticking to it. Very proud of you. Well done. Also, let's put on the dream board for the future, Identico the musical.
I'm in.
It's got to happen.
Every show has at least one musical episode. That's a thing.
True.
I'm in also, if that helps.
And a bottle episode.
Planning for season 2.
I was going to say, I have done a podcast with a musical episode. God help me, yes.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
All right. We'll put that on the vision board for the future. But for right now, we're going to review what happened last time on Finding Solace.
What happened last time, Caleb?
Well, you know what? I'm glad I wrote this down so I can answer that question in great detail.
Great.
Thank you for asking. The team was packed into Declan's car, heading off to rescue Elijah from his kidnapping, but Akane realized that the picture was a fake. Catassie found a clumsy hack that was hiding the fact that Elijah was still safe at school. The team headed there. Akane and Sam rushed in, found Elijah, and left quickly. Upon leaving, the team was followed by the ghost lights. After some clever driving, the team trapped and interrogated the gang members, learning that all of this had been orchestrated by a mid-level boss in the organization, Frank. Great name. This is what happens when I just have to pull names quickly for situations I didn't plan for. Frank, the terrible, ruthless, ghost-like gang boss, Frank. Sam realized that running was no longer an option, so the team decided to take the fight to the ghost lights. Duke set up a meet using his underworld contacts. After handing Frank a briefcase full of explosives instead of souls, Duke convinced the ghost lights to head to Declan's car, where Sam and Harav were waiting. We will pick up right there. I would like everyone to roll initiative. Sam, you are going to get a surprise round before initiative starts.
Sweet. Sam also rolled a 17.
Got it?
Ooh, Cassie rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Power
Gotcha.
move, nat 1 for a total of 4. Starting strong.
Duke, what you got?
16.
Okay.
18.
I love these numbers. This is just a great grouping. All right, so
Akane is in severe caffeine withdrawal. That's the problem.
this all started because one errant bullet took out that cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Should have had some instant coffee grounds.
All right, Sam, let us start with your surprise round. The doors of Declan's car are pulled open. There are 2 of the ghost light thugs, guards. These are bigger, tougher, better armed, better armored than the other ones you've been working with so far. So there's 2 right there, 1 opening each door, and then there are another 2 dragging this pallet of Duke's purchase. So there's 4 right in front of you.
When the door opens, so Sam's actual body is passed out in the passenger seat, with her, she's hooked into Harav and things like that. She's got the little briefcase in front of her. So when the doors swing open, there's just a giant robot staring at them in the face, going, "Surprise, motherfuckers!" And she's got a shotgun on her. It's probably better than the grenade launcher. Probably, I would probably say we don't want to go grenade launcher right now, right? Too many people in the thing. Yeah, all right, good. Let's go. We get 5 shots with our big boy.
All right, let's open up the floodgates here. Oof.
These are not great rolls.
It's okay.
Okay, the last one was a good roll. So a 20, an 11, a 13, and the other ones are single digits, so I'm throwing them out.
All right. So you level your room sweeper shotgun and you start blasting away at these people. Because of the angle the Rav is at being crammed in the back, we are in a situation where even though they are surprised, they are able to quickly dodge around and use the car itself against you, so to speak. Declan has a very well-armored vehicle,
yep.
and these are not just average street kids who've been drafted into the ghost lights to make a few bucks. These fellas have some training, so they've got the wherewithal to react quickly and dodge out of the way behind the pallet of goods and behind these bulletproof doors. So the shrapnel's flying, the buckshot is flying, and they are scattering. We will go to our initiative order here with Catassie.
And we're still in Declan's vehicle at this point. Is that correct?
Everyone, yes. I think Duke is outside because Duke had interacted with Frank to solidify this deal, but everyone else is in the car along with Elijah. And Sam, who is passed out and being in her robot body currently.
All right. how many people are like out and around? Was it just those 2 guys and then a couple of guards?
So there are 4 ghost-like guards at the back of the truck that have just scattered a little bit behind this pallet of drugs. Frank and the other 8 are still at the loading dock by this rundown, ramshackle warehouse that they've been using as an HQ.
Okay. All right, so I am going to kick open the door on Declan's vehicle, and I'm going to roll out.
Okay.
I'm going to try and roll out stealthily.
Okay.
To see if I can get around those guys seeing me, since there's a bit of a kerfluffle. Is that just...
why don't you give me a deceit check? Or it could be a stealth check. That's fine.
I would rather have deceit. I actually have 2 extra in deceit.
Okay. We'll say it's deceit because you're taking advantage of the situation.
15.
Okay. So you dive out of the car. Are you just trying to find a different, more advantageous spot to set up in?
Yes, because I want to see if I can get into their network and take that shit down.
Love it. So you dodge out of the other side of Declan's car away from this fight. And you find a little hidey hole in the wreckage of this terrible part of town. You can kind of duck under some cover, and you think you've got a pretty safe spot. You're not sure if they saw you yet, but it feels pretty good for right now. At this point, though, what's going to happen is everyone who was still on the loading dock have seen this situation explode into chaos, and they are just going to rip open some very wide cover fire. So I'd like everyone to make a defensive roll.
$18.
19.
Okay.
18.
1.
5.
It is, in fact, the loneliest number.
Oh, dear.
I was with you right up until that, yeah.
All right. Did I get everybody's? I think I did. Okay. So what we're going to see here is this is more of a, with the wide shots that they are taking, we are seeing the car being struck repeatedly. Luckily, the car itself is very bulletproof. But these guys on the dock are focusing their fire on the car, which is going to make it real hard to get out of the car unless we're careful. So let's move on to Declan.
Okay. After watching the car get pelted with bullets, Declan will turn on his... Declan's going to turn on his information connection back on to the company because he has had it off this entire time.
Oh, boy.
Yep. But it's
All
okay
right.
because he works under pressure. Pops it back on, kicks the door open, and starts firing at the ones in front of us.
So are we talking about the ones who have like scattered towards the back of the car, or the ones that are still on the dock laying down the covering fire right now?
The dock.
The dock. Okay, cool. So first off, your heads-up display is just swarmed with like Outlook pings of message. Schmoutlook.
Right. There you go. Outlook.
Message, urgent, reminder, 5 minutes past due, 30 minutes past due, 35 minutes past due. Oh my God, why aren't you responding? So you're used to working through these distractions, but there's a lot of them right now. You've got a lot of those private chat message, pings, where are you? Where are you? I need this report. You missed a meeting you were supposed to be in. So you got like 5 different people being like, where are you? Why aren't you in the meeting? I need this for the meeting. Where's that deck for the meeting? You were supposed to go over this deck for the meeting? That kind of thing. Why don't you, though, through all of this chaos, give me an attack roll as you are shooting towards the ghost lights.
And we're going to pull out the battle rifle, and I think that's got 4 shots if I read that right.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Let's get it. Okay. 15. 19. 14. And 18.
All right. Oops. Okay, so you lay down this fire, aiming back towards these ghost lights. The second you draw on them, you see them scatter. And you immediately see that tactical training that you did not expect, that you have not seen with the other ghost lights you've interacted with so far. These have all been kids, people living out in the fringe, just recently hired, pulled them in off the streets, gave them a few hundred soul, told them to do a thing, enticed them with some various substances. You immediately see that these individuals, though, are trained. Not as trained as you, but they've also got home advantage. And they immediately are ducking away from where they were standing in the open. A few of them drop to the ground. A few of them spin behind a couple pallets and like girders that were lying there, and you kind of realize in the moment, oh, those were kind of tactically placed as oh shit barriers. So these ghost lights are not as bad as you originally thought. These guys know what they're doing, and they might not have known you were coming, but they were prepared for the bad situation.
Train Joe!
Now that you have presented yourself to them, 2 of them are going to jump off the loading dock and like make their way kind of going from cover to cover towards you. At the same time, at the last second, you realize that there's kind of almost a pincer movement happening tactically. One of the guys who is at the back of your car is also shifting out from a little bit of cover and sending some fire your way. Very, very common tactical approach to this type of like urban combat. And again, you're really surprised that this, what you thought was just like a random gang, is really showing some initiative and training. So I'm going to need that defense roll from you, please.
Nat 20.
Very nice. Luckily, your training and your gear is leaps and bounds above theirs. So, your gear, your scanning system, your car's early alert preemptive warning is feeding you this data. You're able to see the heat signatures moving. And at the last possible second, you see this like pincer tactic and you are able to get out of the way. Would you prefer to be further away from the car or like still within that shadow of the car for its bulletproof protection?
You know what? At this point in time, once I would recognize that the pincer movement was happening, I would kick the door shut and pretty much pretty much Spike Spiegel that shit and run through the bullets that they're trying to shoot at me. Just
I love that.
ducking down and then fire, just cover fire to get them away from me, not to pay attention to me.
Gotcha. So you're gonna pull them away from the vehicle a little bit, make yourself more of a target, trusting your skill and your tech to keep you safe. I love it.
Declan wants to have fun because now I know that you know how to fight. Let's go. Let's go. I got steam to burn. Let's go.
All right. Well, speaking of steam to burn, it is Sam's turn. What is our rover gonna do?
She's gonna very coolly get out the back. Yeah. And then just very, like, as daintily as an 8-foot robot can do is turn and close the 2 back doors.
I think a few little bullets are pinging off the chassis right now.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. But, she doesn't want there to be any, crossfire or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then the ones that are up on the dock doing the Mav is nowhere near those, right?
No. So,
excellent. We start shooting grenades that way.
Cool. So there were 4 towards the back of the car. One of them has dodged out a little bit, is engaged with Declan. The other 3 are still back there. Some pot shots are pinging off your chassis. But yeah, you've got a straight down the range shot of the 2 move out of the way, 6 plus Frank that are at the docks. They're undercover, but you can still see where they are. Plus, you've got the scanners and everything.
We don't need cover. Where we're going, we don't need cover.
Oh, we're pulling out the grenade launcher, aren't we?
Yes, we start shooting the grenades that way. There are 4 of them. Okay, 17, 12, 15, and an 8.
And these are just like standard incendiary grenades or frag grenades?
They're 40 millimeter grenades.
Big.
Yeah.
Big and explosive.
Yeah,
All right.
This is the Rob style grenade launcher.
All right. So what we're going to see... okay, so everybody... here's the of the grenades firing off, quickly followed by massive explosions. All your ears are ringing a little bit right now because this is not that far away, so the impact and the shockwave is pretty close. No one gets knocked off their feet, but you feel that pressure of the explosion. All of these grenades go off. The guards that were up there further scatter. Many of them are pelted with debris. 2 of them are definitely trapped under flaming rubble. And you hear some screams coming from the dock. Frank, though, is nowhere to be seen at the moment. With this happening,
she kind of turns to the. Can she still see like the other ones that were around and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely, especially with the extra, sensor and security scanners from Declan's vehicle.
So she would just kind of like after she fires off the shots, she would kind of like turn to them very slowly and just look at them and go, "Run."
Oh, I want an intimidate check, please.
All I picture is fucking Ironhide from Transformers right now. That's all I imagine. It's just with Optimus's anger.
That's not terrible. 13.
All right. Yeah, so you definitely make an impression on him. The rest of them that are not trapped on fire, now that we have a larger, more deadly target, are gonna focus some fire on you. So if you want to give me a defensive roll.
Okay, that is gonna be double check my agility. Yeah, so that's gonna be 16.
Okay. So, rolling here. All right. So, shots come in towards the rover here. You feel a couple of them ping off of you, and then you get the sensory impact of some focused fire on your left knee joint. And it does not crack. It does not come apart. We're talking about 20 damage. But you definitely feel them not just saying, oh my God, it's someone I'm shooting. Like, they're trying to be very aware of how to take you down right now. Duke, where are we at?
Yeah, so you said that we could not see Frank at this time, right?
Correct. He was on the dock when all of this started. And then as soon as a giant robot with a grenade launcher came out, he seems to be nowhere to be found.
I think I know a great way to find him. So Duke is going to pull out his glow and type in a few buttons and set off the remote detonator on the explosives inside that suitcase.
Okay. I love it. I would like you to give me what's the check I'm thinking of? Demolitions. That's the word. I couldn't think of it. Sorry. I have trouble with words we've seen in this game. Could you give me a demolitions check, please?
Yeah, that is a 17.
Love it.
And I'm going to use one of my things to give them a -5 on their roll.
Oh, okay. So many different parts of math to do. What was your total again?
17.
17. Okay. All right. So you hit this detonator, and a second later, the backside of this building explodes in a fireball. You don't see body parts flying through the air, but the back of the building is now engulfed in flame.
I had completely forgotten that he put explosives in it as a.
I put it in the reminder. I said it during our recap.
Yeah, that was the recap.
All right. So that was wonderful. What's going to happen now? We are going to see a couple more of the ghost lights scatter. 2 of them run back from who were up on the docks. 2 of them dash back towards the explosion, trying to handle it. Through all the chaos and din of this, you kind of hear them shouting at each other. You're not sure if they're just shouting in panic or they're shouting instructions. They're shouting to other unseen team members. But 2 of them run back to do something about this situation. Continued gunfire is still coming at Declan's car, but again, a lot of that is just bouncing off the bulletproof plating and the chassis. So those inside the car are not in an immediate threat right now. Akane, what would you like to do?
Well, while the loud explosions from the grenade launcher and then, well, the building blowing up were going on, nobody heard the soft whirring sound of Declan's sunroof, the moonroof opening.
Nope, no one did.
But probably somebody sees a helmeted figure doing a vertical leap straight up out of the van to grab an overhead. There's like a loading crane for like pulling stuff on and off of flatbeds.
Absolutely.
And you just see this really tall figure just kind of going straight up and landing on top of it and looking for a target as she pulls her shotgun off of her back.
All right. So from this vantage point, really you have a wealth of targets. There are 3 individuals more or less behind the car. Declan was kind of running off at an angle. So there is someone slightly behind him, but still kind of close to that other group of 3. 2 from the dock were kind of moving towards Declan as well. And then there are the remaining ghost lights at the dock, but they've scattered a little bit more. So you can pick anybody you want.
Okay, the one that is kind of on Declan's like 7 o'clock.
Absolutely.
So maybe Declan isn't quite aware of it because there's quite a bit of emails going on.
Oh, absolutely.
First shot with that, because the shotgun has a rate of fire of 2, is a dirty 20.
Love it.
And do I need the second shot on the same guy, or do I need to switch targets? Should I find that out? Damage first?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a damage roll.
So it's 3d12. Ooh, 26.
26. My goodness gracious.
It's a combat shotgun with slugs, so.
All right, so yeah, those slugs connect, and you see this figure just collapse as it was moving. Your heads-up display tells you they're not dead, but you know that they are incapacitated. So you could choose to fully incapacitate them from an elimination standpoint, or you could shift to a different target.
Since yelling is a free action, as I shift targets, I glance down and go, "You're under arrest," and then I shift targets to the next one that is a threat to Declan.
Sure. One of those other 2 that was kind of angling towards him.
That's a 19.
Perfect. Go give me some more damage, please.
Jesus Christ. You have the right to lay down and not bleed out. 30 points of damage.
All right.
12, 12, 6. Damn.
Good grief. All right. Yeah, so this one is also down, critically bleeding out.
And because I feel like this is a good time to do it, once per combat encounter, I can take an additional attack round or complex action. Small Arms Master.
Yes, you can.
The next one in threat of Declan will take a round. This will be at 18. I seem to be getting worse every shot, but hey, that's okay.
Well, you're still successful, so give me another devastating damage roll, please.
Not as impressive this because I don't come up with a pithy comment. This is more along the lines of, I hope you paid your insurance today. That's 14.
All right. So this one, you basically clip them and they like spin around and fall down.
Okay. Then for the final round for that combat shotgun, because I can do rate of fire 2 per action, so I get another shot, called shot to the gun and gun hand.
Perfect. Give me a roll.
Nat 20!
Love it. Very good.
What gun hand?
What gun hand? Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to roll damage just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it, but
16.
Good grief.
19 damage plus. Isn't it? It goes straight through armor. Blah blah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is gooey Jello mush right now.
Yep. Drop it.
I can't help but drop it. Nothing to hold it with. So yeah, those 3 targets have been effectively eliminated. The remaining ghost lights that are kind of still in a tactically offensive position are aware of you as a threat now. So they are going to aim a couple shots your way.
Okay.
So if you want to give me a defensive roll, please.
Yeah. Dinner roll. Oh, how about a scone? Is a scone a roll? Because they're very dense. Oh, you want a die roll, don't you? That's 11 plus agility. If that's correct, that would be a 14.
I don't know if I can handle the rest of this night. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You're the person. You're the one who asked me along, Caleb.
I did, and I'm so glad you're here and you said yes. Okay, so a couple shots ping off of the like crane's girder arm, but because you are so far away and very nimble, you've kind of set yourself up in an advantageous position where they're providing some cover fire to you. So while you feel you feel the bullets rush past you, a little bit of shrapnel from hitting the crane, nothing's actually damaging you right now. We are going to go back to the top of the order, Catassie.
So I rolled a 1 on that last defense shot, which means I probably took one of those bullets in a not pleasant place. Let's say a knee or something, perhaps. Is that workable?
Yeah, I like that.
All right. So it turns out that the spot that I'm hiding, they had stacked up a bunch of like tin and stuff to cover a hole in the side of the building. Because what you don't want to fix, you can just hide in this area.
Yeah, just cover it up. Lean some stuff up against it. It's fine.
So
future problem.
Climb in there, find a first aid kit, get my knee bandaged up so that I can at least like hobble on it.
Yeah.
And I stick my hand in my jacket pocket and I pull out an EMP grenade that I left in here last winter.
It's like finding that $20 you forgot in the coat.
Correct. So the Frank blew up at the back of the building, so I'm going to assume the offices are back there. I'm just trying to take out anything that makes their network functional.
Sure.
So I'm going to hobble my way back there and see if I can find what looks office-y or smells like it's recently exploded.
Okay.
This isn't a precision maneuver, right? It's an EMP grenade. I just got to get like in the area.
Yeah.
This is specifically the horseshoes and hand grenade situation.
It is exactly that situation.
So I'm going to use my nose to feel my way back there.
Yeah. So you hobble your way back there a little bit. You see the inferno that has been caused by the explosive briefcase. There was a whole bunch of wooden pallets back there that are all on fire. There was also a whole bunch of cases of product back there, which are highly flammable. So you've got that like acrid, medicinal, kind of real sharp burning smell right now. You know it's going to seep into your clothes and be real hard to wash out later. You don't specifically see anything that is like, oh, now that the wall's fallen down, I can see the office. But from the context of the situation of what you're observing, it makes common sense that these guys probably have a lot of their gear and tech towards the back of the building. So if you just want to like chuck the grenade in that direction and add to the chaos, why don't you give me an agility check just to throw? I just want to see like if it lands where you want it to versus going off somewhere crazy, like bouncing off a couple walls.
Woo, 17.
Love it.
My knee don't work, but my arm's good.
So you toss this grenade off. You kind of you hit it off the roof of the building, and you see it kind of like ricochet and drop into what you think is the building itself. And then a split second later, you hear and feel that pulse of that the EMP going off. Do you have some cyber tech? You are outside of the range of this grenade, but you still get a little bit of that feedback in your internal systems. Yeah. It's uncomfortable for a couple seconds there.
What validates that it worked?
Exactly. You don't see any immediate response, or like nothing stops working or falls apart or falls to the ground, but you know it went off.
All right. I'm gonna hobble my way back out of the building because that smells like burning bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, I already have a laundry bill. I don't need to make it worse.
So, Declan, as we come to your turn, you are still seeing this flood of messages. You're sending some quick responses, like some of the like pre-generated response options in your email server. You're firing off some emojis and thumbs up and that kind of thing. Your car pings you, telling you from a tactical perspective, you do have a pretty clear escape route right now. That a lot of the initial threat, while there are still some active shooters in the field, your car is giving you a quick map of, if you act right now, you can get out of this situation with a high degree of probability of safety.
Declan, while still kind of just laying cover fire, like just popping up, just cover fire and whatnot, gets the message and pings the rest of the teams like, look, Gladys has got us an escape route. We can get out of here now. I am so proud of all of you. Like, this has been the best lunch break ever. I want you to know this, okay? I've been going through some stuff, and it's being able to blow steam on company time is great. Listen, but we need to get out. Our main goal is extraction. We have to get Sam and Elijah out of here right now. If everyone get back to the car, we can go now. Fires off some more shots.
So with that message going out, what is everyone doing?
I was already hobbling my way back to there, so I'm continuing to do that at an elevated pace.
Samantha will just reach up with the ROV and grab the top of the car and then put the 2 feet on the bumper with the grenade launcher and go, ready, I'm ready.
From up above, there are some more random shots, basically cover fire as everybody gets in, and once Akane sees everybody in the car, she will drop back down through the sunroof with a lookout below and a soft just for her own entertainment value.
Now,
the legs have done that ever since. It's a weird.
It's just a weird thing the legs do.
Yeah, they just.
Duke, what were you doing as you were outside of the car for a little bit there?
Yeah, Duke is throwing some of his Ronin throwing stars back behind him as he runs back into the van.
Love it. So as these C4 loaded throwing stars connect with some of the walls and the loading dock, you are running towards Declan's car, and those explosives go off, adding to the chaos and distraction. Everyone is safely back in the car. Declan, you are able to tear out of this location. Through all of this, while it all happened very quickly, Elijah has been in the back of the car. He kind of clutching very tightly to that protective backpack you gave him. He's not been in dangerous situations like this before. Like, he's been through the lectures of how to react in a firefight or this type of situation, but this is really like the first time the shit has hit the fan. So he is very quiet, eyes wide, trying to stay as low as possible. But he is safe, and everyone is back in the car or hanging off the back of the car. And Declan, you're able to pull out of there. You've got a clear path to the main road. Your map system is giving you plenty of routes You do not immediately see from your security system anyone following you. So you're pretty sure at least for the next few minutes, you've got a clear path. You just have to figure out where you want to go and what your next steps are.
Sam, where do we need to get you?
I mean, get me back home for a minute. I'm going to need at least a car to get the fuck out of here, though. We don't have a car. Unless you want to give me this one. How about you give me this one?
No, I'm already in debt to my job.
Sad robot noises happen from the back.
Sorry, it's the company one.
Then
Elijah,
I'm going
how you
to.
doing, bud?
I'm good. Let's definitely want to leave, please.
Yes, we're going to need a car. Definitely going to. Can we just steal a car?
No, we are not going to steal a car. That's illegal. Akane's reloading her shotgun at that point. But, hey, Declan, take a left here, go down about a half mile. You'll see a bunch of, razor wire fence. City impound.
All right, bet. And you just see Declan one hand turn this giant vehicle with the grace of just Shaft and any blaxploitation character ever.
You know, that Declan is one bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Just talking about Declan.
Can dig it.
All right, so you arrive at this impound lot. It is, let's say, not well maintained at this part of the fringe. There is that razor wire fence. It's been knocked down a couple of times and pushed back up. It's standing, but it's not sturdy.
Yeah.
There's a little guard shack where an officer is supposed to be, but there's a little post-it note back in 5, just slapped on the door.
Well, it's I don't have time to wait for him to come back from his shit break. Just go through. I'm assuming after all the bullet wounds or the bullet scrapes, you're not worried about your car.
Nah, cool. I'd already planned on it, just flooring it right through it.
Yeah, so you are able to. There was a gate, like a bar gate kind of thing. It yields to the power of your car, and you push your way into the lot pretty easily.
There are yachts here too.
There are yachts, yeah.
There's a marina. Yeah.
You want a boat, Sam? Or you need a car?
Do you want a house? We could get you a houseboat. I mean,
I don't think wherever we're going, I'm going to be able to float the river.
Hang on. Stop. This is here. Take a look out there. And Akane points towards this beat to hell, bullet-ridden RV. It's like one of the old classic Aerostreams. It's all silver and curvy and stuff. Except it's got at least 24 bullet holes in it. It's we confiscated this from the Ghost Lights about 3 weeks ago. They were trying to sneak in. Well, they were not good at sneaking in, and the bloodstains may still be in there, but it's completely workable.
That's just charm.
Charm, yes. What about that one? And she points over to a station wagon off in the distance. Fewer or less bullet holes in it, hopefully.
You see a cat jump on top of it, and the whole thing collapses, and the 4 wheels just kind of pop out. Yeah, I mean, if that one works for you, that works for you.
It's a little more subtle than the giant old Airstream with the bullet holes in it.
Then how about that SUV?
The old gear up. Well, we could
the green one.
That's fine. We could do that. Yes. I just want to be able to put a few things in there.
I think they used to call that a slider truck.
Fair.
Yeah.
So
she walks up to it, or more specifically, the Rob walks up to it and does like some height measurements and things like that, and just kind of looks at it, and then you see sad robot noises as it powers down.
Yeah, no real room for your Rob suit in there.
When Declan next to you, Sam kind of juts up a little bit and all like that, and unhooks the plug from the back of her neck, and she just looks and she goes, "Congratulations! You are the owner of a brand new Rob. I hope that will get you out of debt."
Do you want me to hold on to it? I mean, I can, wherever you're going, I can, on like a day off, I can bring it to you if you really need it.
I'll figure it out when I get there. Hopefully I won't need it.
All right.
Wink.
All right, I'll hold on to it.
Do whatever you want with it.
wait.
Just don't do the freaky thing with it. Don't do the freaky thing.
Don't do that. I will take you to the robot fights, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know that big bastard can win some big money. Just saying.
Just send me like 5% of the money.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, so you have obtained this beater vehicle. You are able to get Elijah out of Declan's car and into this one. It's functional. It's not super comfortable, but it starts up. All the onboard systems appear to give you a green light for operation. Next question, while we are out in the fringe of the city, there are still, checkpoints and waypoints for leaving Angel City. So what route are you going to take? How are we going to get out of the city and hit the road?
Duke should probably know one of the lesser manned checkpoints. Maybe.
Oh, absolutely.
Manned at all.
Yeah.
Try and see if I can lead us there.
It's currently the guy on shift is actually the brother of the guy that was on shift here at the impound yard. They both have very, very tiny bladders.
Their schedules have been synced for their poop schedules.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that happened.
All right, so Duke, why don't you give me an underworld check?
While Duke's checking that, I also would like to outfit Sam to the best of my ability with what I've got on me, with as much like security, early warning, detection type stuff in this vehicle that she can get to make sure she's not like being tracked or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are able to access the car's onboard computer system. And this is like an old model car. So it was like from maybe 10 years ago. You are able to pretty easily remove a few unnecessary operating files, update a couple others, and install some security programs, some off the shelf, some that you've written and customized, and just link them, I should say, into Sam's glow. So it's not like you can really do like an early warning system. It's not like you can do any kind of offensive or defensive capability, but you can at least soup up some of the just onboard normal collision detectors and self-driving detectors to be a little bit more aware for those specific type of indicators and flags to help keep Sam and Elijah safe. That is not a problem at all. Duke, what was your underworld check?
Yeah, Duke got a nat 20 for that.
Nice.
13, so 33.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only do you very much easily know the most lazy and least on program checkpoint out of the city, not only do you know the guy who's the brother of this guy who's definitely wandered off after eating like a bad street burrito, you also know you also have a very clear safe path to get there, again relying on your inner knowledge of the fringe. You know a couple shortcuts to head right over there so you can give Declan those directions. You're also able to call in a favor with a couple of your random contacts who happen to be in the area, just to make sure that they are keeping eyes on this border guard and being a little bit of a distraction to keep him away. So y'all basically have a clear shot out of the city right now. So the big question right now is, I guess, how are we going to do our goodbyes as Sam and Elijah prepare to hit the road? Declan, I'm sorry. Mav, do I see your hand up for Declan there? Yes.
While Catassie is doing all the stuff for the retrofitting for the vehicle,
sure.
Declan's gonna pull Sam aside, and Sam, he's a little bit choked up because Sam is one of his friends, like his closest friends. He wants to make sure they're safe, she's safe and everything, and especially with Elijah. Look, if you need anything, seriously, call me. Fuck my job. I don't care. Like, it pays the bills. I'm indebted to this shit to the day I die, and they'll probably bring me back and keep me going. But if you need anything, let me know. And he's going to pop the trunk again to pick whatever weapon that she wants to take with her to protect her or whatever. And thanks for the advice with Becca. Like, I really am trying to do this whole be a dad, try to be a good husband, not cheating or anything, but that's just work-life balance is garbage. But thanks for the advice. I really want to make this work. Like you and Galen do. So, I see you guys like a perfect couple, and you guys like a blueprint to what I want in life.
You're a good man, Galen. I mean Declan. Sorry.
Whoever you are.
It's been a while.
I did go by the alias for one time. That's fine.
One time. That was a very weird one to be calling out for you, but we're using my husband's name. It was very weird, yes. But you're a good man. She'll come around and see it eventually. She's frustrated, but she's not frustrated at you. She's frustrated at the situation. And your young one, she'll learn. She'll see. They know. They see what you do for them. And that's the kind of thing that will live with them forever. Not what you say, not what you buy them. It's the little things. It's what you do for them. That is what they need. So just keep that in there. And you'll be fine. It may take time, but you'll be fine. And don't worry. We'll be okay. And we'll be in touch as much as we can.
Of course.
We don't want the ghost lights showing up.
Yeah, and if they do, they got it. Oh, by the way, hey, Elijah, come here real quick.
He trots over.
Activate Happy Birthday Protocol, and the backpack fully activates. Elijah, this will listen to you and only to you. If you are in ever any trouble, say get hype, and it'll activate. And what will activate is a complete armored suit to protect you. And you have the full array of weapons. Sorry.
As when you said armor and weapons, like his eyes shoot over to Sam real quick and then shoot back to you. Like,
I didn't hear it. Your father will have to deal with it later. He'll show you how to shoot properly.
He like bobs his head, nodding. Like the weight of the situation is hitting him, and he's still kind of riding some of that adrenaline and stress from all of the events here. Swallows real hard. Thanks. Thank you.
No problem, kid.
I guess I hope I see you sometime soon. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hard to kill. I'm just going to let you know that Declan's very hard to kill. It's all good. And he will, with his robot arm, just shift his hair. You're good, man.
Thanks. Okay.
Katassie's gonna come over and start fixing Elijah's hair, and you'd be like, "You're gonna have to pardon Declan. He's just very enthusiastic. You're gonna be okay. Check the outside pocket of that backpack. I snuck a sandwich in there for you."
Ooh. Perks up at that one.
Sam, all the normal protocols still apply while you're on the road. If you need me again, like Declan said, please reach out. We will do whatever we need to. I'll shut the shop down for days or put Cookie in charge or whatever. We will come help you, whatever you need.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We just appreciate you so much.
And I love you
Please
so
be
much.
safe.
We will. I don't know where we're going, but we'll be there. I'll get Galen to send however he encrypted the message to you to let you know that we made it there.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll worry.
And I don't want you to do that, man. We'll be fine. It's not the first time that I've had to pick up and leave like this. I hate to say that it's been a trend in my life, unfortunately. Akane, this outpost we're going past to get out the city, do they check for weapons?
No, I know what the Duke is sending you to. Just don't do anything overt, and they'll just wave you through.
Okay, this is getting cool. And she picks up the M60 and fucking cocks it and puts it in the back seat.
Just, again, don't do anything overt.
Okay, we'll put the jacket over it. How about that?
Yeah, put the jacket over it. Yeah, you could even put it in the front seat and use it as a, carpooling, whatever.
If they ask, it's for hunting. We're going out into the wastes.
Yeah, they tell them it's single shot. That'll work every time.
True.
Yeah. Well, good luck. I've only known you for about 3 hours, but it's been an eventful 3 hours.
I apologize for all the paperwork that you're going to have to do. I'm very
What
sorry.
paperwork?
You know what?
Just,
I like that idea.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. If any chaos happened, it was all Ghostlight problem.
Fair enough. Take them fully down for me if you get the chance.
I think you can count on that. And she pulls out her glow and drops you a contact. If you need help, or you're back in town, or you need a way back in, let me know.
And she pulls out the glow and just kind of saves and runs some things through it and stuff like that.
And Akane turns and walks over to Catassie and kind of stands next to her and just, stands there kind of like, I've said my piece, except you hear very quietly, any chance that I can get a coffee when we're done here?
Akane, you can have free coffee at this point.
Catassie, are you married?
I don't know. It depends on whether they can find that guy or not.
I can make somebody disappear. We'll talk.
So Duke is going to come up to Sam and go, so how do you feel about a caravanning partner? And with that, one of his contacts will slide in on a motorcycle. There's nothing for me around here. I'm looking to get out.
I don't know where we're going, but you're welcome to plod along for a little while. We're going past the Santa Fe Metroplex, as far as I know. Or we get close enough to it.
I'm not looking to be in any plex. Kind of looking to stay out of it.
These places do have a very kind of feel to them, yes. You're welcome to come along.
Great. We'll coordinate our bathroom breaks.
All right, so
I drive for a long time.
With these goodbyes being said, Sam and Elijah load into the car. Duke, your contact, hands you the keys, the helmet, to the bike. You two are able to pass out of the city without any trouble. The open road is ahead of you. The Angel City Metroplex, even though you are out on the fringe, heading out into the wastes, it is so big, it is so looming, it takes a few hours for it to leave your eye line in the rear view mirror. And as you are driving out into the evening, the light pollution, the aura of neon and advertising and holographic images projected into the sky still linger even as the city fades. Driving out into the wastes is odd, especially after being in the city, in the Metroplex for so long. There is such a stark drop-off of people and things. It's like you cross that line of demarcation and suddenly you are in the middle of nowhere. So it's very disconcerting for the first part of your drive. You are seeing wreckage and ruins of the old world, of some newer tech, of bits and pieces of civilization. You see a couple little villages or cities or towns on the horizon. You pass by a couple vehicles on the road. You pass by a couple small little rest stations on the road. Everything out here is used, is repaired. So walking into a building when you need to stop and use the bathroom or buy something to eat, it's strange coming from the Plex to this, where everything is patched and put together and homemade. And these are people, like the person running the little snack shop, they made these snacks. It's not like they bought them from a corp. It's not the corner store selling benevolent goods. Like, it is such a quick but stark difference. It's like that cognitive dissonance is really hitting you hard, especially Elijah. Like, Elijah, who has grown up in the Plexes, is now suddenly seeing, like, farmers and someone like cooking burgers on a grill. It's weird. He's uncomfortable. But as you are driving off into the night, let's return to the rest of the team in Angel City here for a minute. I want to start with Declan. In the aftermath here, what is your first step? What are you going to do with the rest of your day?
On the way back, driving back, I would have asked Cass to get me as much information on the ghost lights within my corporation at DD. Because at this point in time, I'm being preemptively ready for an ass whooping when I get back. But I want to use that as leverage, work the corporate ladder to clean out some space at my job and make it a little bit better.
Sure.
And whenever we get back, that is when most likely I'll drop everybody off at their respective places, get my cupcakes. At this point in time, when we pull up, a delivery truck is there.
I want to see this scene for a second here. So you return to the Catassie shop. The building is in ruins. Right as you pull up, like a chunk of the wall is falling down as you drive up. You see Cookie, the rover there, and she has a broom. And she's just sweeping one area, but there is so much dust and debris everywhere else. You know that this is just a very stubborn choice that she has made. She's sweeping one specific area, as she finishes sweeping, a delivery drone descends and deposits the new coffee maker, the new espresso all-in-one machine in this perfectly clean, this is the one clean spot. It drops it down, the drone flies off, and Cookie kind of stands back. Right as you're pulling up, she points at it, gives you the thumbs up, and then she wanders off to do something else.
Does she know what the thumbs up means? Does she know what that means?
I'm never certain she knows what anything means. But if I point effectively, she cleans up to wherever I pointed, so it works out. Luckily for you, though, that booty hatch is refrigerated, so your cupcakes should be in peak condition.
Yeah, so you are able to grab those and put them in the car safely, and they are perfectly fine.
Cookie, pop that booty hatch!
You know what? Thanks, Cass, for helping out and making this short, stressful day be a great day. And whenever you find those files for me, just send them to me, because I'm getting ready to have a very big conference call.
I got you. I'm still downloading the full package, but it looks like there's a bunch of stuff in there that's going to be very interesting to you. Also, additionally, thinking about what Sam said about it's the little things, why don't you set up a recurring delivery with me for Rebecca and send her favorite coffee every Monday morning? Just make it that much easier to get her week started. I can have Cookie deliver it.
You will see just a tear kind of well up. Yes, that would be great. I would be. Thank you, and just hugs. just hugs. I'm trying my best. I'm trying.
You got it. I'll throw a cookie in there for Pop Rocks too.
Thank you. She likes raspberry cheesecake.
All right, so Declan, with that being done, you drive back off. The route back to the office out of the Fringe is non-eventful. Everyone tends to get out of the way of your car, especially in this part of the city when you are self-driving. You take yourself back into Angel City proper. The roads start to fill up with the trendy, sharp, very expensive, all about status, on the current ego-driven trends of what looks good kind of self-driving cars. So those start to fill in the road around you. Some of the public transportation, you see some of the trams and trains riding kind of on those elevated rails. You can have the car on auto drive if you need to be like catching up on work and talking to people. And you are headed back to your office building at this point. All of this did take place just in the late afternoon, so we are kind of approaching that dinner hour. It is pretty typical for most people to eat dinner on campus at it's dynamic design, right? Yeah, so most people eat on campus there for dynamic design. There are plenty of like approved restaurants and food trucks like right outside of the property, like right on the property line. There is a food court inside. Again, like the coffee shop 4 episodes ago, 3 episodes back when we started this thing. Everyone based on their status within the company has different lines they can go in, different like quick prep sandwiches they can access, better quality of ingredients or poorer quality of ingredients or different types of restaurants. So most people tend to work those long hours into the evening. So there's a lot of socializing going on as you walk back into campus through those doors that you are approved on. Where are you going to go first?
First things first, I'm going to go into one of the really, really nice dinner areas, get some food, and then hand it to the custodian that helps clean the place. It's like, and his name's Stan. So I'm gonna give the Stan. It's like, hey, look, you're doing a good job. If no one's told you that you're doing a good job, just showing that I'm not like the other assholes that work in this building. And it's also Stan's birthday. So
very nice.
Birthday.
So Stan gracefully and gratefully accepts that from you. You do notice on your like running tab with the corporation, you got a little like red flag with that purchase of food. Normally, yes, you can access that food. Since you missed so many meetings and deadlines today, you should have lost access to that part of the food court. However, the magnanimous company has decided to still let you obtain that, but flag that to let you know that they know that you made some mistakes today, and that normal price of food was doubled.
Whatever.
And after you meet with Stan and chit chat for a little bit, you can head up to your office.
I'm gonna head up to my office. While I'm going up that way, I am going to be checking the glow to see if Cassie's message has popped up, and I'm going to take the time to read it to determine who needs to get this stuff.
Yeah, so you are able to get a little bit of information from Catassie. She's indicating to you that this is not like a one and done kind of thing. She's going to have to take some time to sort through the data. What you have all found out today is that the Ghost Lights are not just a rinky-dink organization in the fringe who are hustling people for protection rackets and drug running. They've got some organization and structure. They've got some muscle. So this is concerning. Initial reports from city officials from upper level corps were just like, gang activity, this new group, the Ghost Lights, not a big deal. And a lot of the Leos kind of downplayed them, thinking they were kind of smaller players. But what you have seen today, what you've experienced firsthand, is telling you a very different story. And in light of that, the information that Catassie is digging through, it's much more dense and encoded than you would have hoped. So she is able to give you some very surface level data and information. You're able to ascertain a couple interactions between some Ghostlight individuals and some low-level execs in Dynamic. These are more like low-level execs in charge of shipping and receiving. So like some of those layers of middle management in that department. And you're able to piece together that they have been losing some shipments that then ended up in Ghostlight hands. So while it is not the true path of who's actually dirty, so to speak, or dirtier within the corporate hierarchy, it's a place to start. But your gut tells you that there's more levels to find out. So if you play that card too quickly, they are going to be alerted. But you can definitely play a version of the card now, if you understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so I'll wait for a little while. Pretty much it's like, hey, look, I'm investigating. Sorry, I will send out to my boss, the one that I can trust. It's like, look, hey, sorry about today. I was following a lead on some stuff. I noticed, because my job is to protect the company for, in all intents purposes, in any facet or form. I had noticed some stuff not being right with a few books and things, so I decided to go and investigate that. The schlocky corporate masking bullshit that I have to type up. Look, hey, but I'm following the lead. And hey, look, I hope you have a great Friday. Friday, you know what I'm saying? So thanks.
You immediately get like an out of office response, like very canned out of office. Thanks for your response. I'll respond within 24 business hours, blah, 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 blah. In the case of an emergency, please contact so-and-so in this department, so-and-so in that department, blah, blah, blah. And then within like 5 minutes, you get an actual reply from this individual. And they're basically saying, well, it's definitely a little bit unorthodox, but I know how you work. I know you, a lot of what you do is unorthodox. Left me in the lurch with a couple of these meetings today. However, if this pays off, we'll see how it goes. So, not letting you off the hook, but not bringing the hammer down.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. See you on Monday. Gonna go enjoy my kid's birthday. So have a good day, good weekend. Bye. Out of office email complete. Turning that shit off. And I'm gonna call my wife.
Yeah, Becca picks up. Hi.
Hey. Look, I hope your day went well. I hope Pop Rocks is doing well. I got the cupcakes. I decided to go with cupcakes because I know we're gonna have like a lot of people there, so it'd be a lot easier and a lot less for us to clean up. Okay.
Okay.
And I got her gift in the car. Hey, I just want to let you know that you are one of the most important people in my life. You are my rock. You are my sunshine. And I want to make this work. I know our circumstances are different now, but I really want to be a part of both of y'all's lives, and I'm going to do better. I got a little advice from a good friend of mine, and it's the little things that matter, and I'm going to make sure that I do the little things. I love you, and I want to keep doing this.
So you see initially a little bit of that stubborn, argumentative attitude you've come to know. And you know that it's not antagonistic. It's more that survival mode of protecting herself, protecting your daughter. But you see it soften a little bit. I mean, thank you. Well, I can't promise you anything, but we'll see what happens. Thank you for getting the birthday stuff. Are you bringing it over in the morning or tonight, or?
If you are okay with it, I could come tonight and we could watch movies and I can make dinner for both of you.
Well, I actually just ordered, but if you want to come over, we can set up a little bit and just see how it goes.
I'd like that.
All right. See you in a bit. And as you head off, I think we can let that situation fade off and let that play out. Catassie, after you helped Declan out a little bit, after you worked on the shop, after you worked on decoding some of that data he gave you and sent it over, what else are you working on? What else are you doing tonight?
Well, tonight I'm trying to get the insurance adjuster over here so we can get these repairs started, because I cannot just be out of business for weeks. Akane needs coffee. It's a public safety matter at this point.
Very true. Very true.
We saw what happened today, so I'm very motivated, and you see me scrolling through my glow trying to find all of the like building workers, bricklayers, that kind of stuff to repair the building, and it's just so many people that I need to hire.
So you are going to be swamped with work for a little bit. Luckily,
I have to actually put Cookie in charge of the Catassie part because I have to manage the renovations.
Yeah, so Cookie is going to work kind of out of the rubble for a little bit. The new espresso machine is right there in the rubble. That's the spot. She's not moving it. So you're able to convince her to kind of clear a little bit of a path to it. And I feel like this is one of those clerk's signs that you put up. We assure you that we are open and willing to take your business kind of thing. And you have enough regulars. People start coming in a little bit again over the next few days. You are really focused on ordering and what you're doing, or all the repairs, trying to get all these people together. Luckily, you've made so many good contacts in the city, especially in the Fringe. You've helped a lot of people, at least been kind to them, who so many other people in the city just look down upon and ignore. So you're able to finagle a couple deals. You're able to call in some favors. You kind of organize almost like a community work day, just a bunch of people coming over, and you make food for them, and they help clean up and move things out of the way and kind of get things back to an operational status. Over the next few weeks, you're able to kind of get back to normal. Other than that, and working on that data for Declan with the ghost lights, is there anything else you want to focus on or anything else you want to do?
Just maintain the community connections that I'm building, keep in touch with the zoo, keep in touch with all of my regulars, like keep that happening community spot, because that's how I get so much information, is by making myself a central spot for the community to have a third place.
Absolutely. Everyone is very thankful that you are willing to put in this effort, having seen this level of destruction and chaos. So you are absolutely strengthening that community and those vibes. One of the things you notice now that your ears and eyes are open to it a little bit, you are a little bit more aware of what the ghost lights are doing. Just recognizing people, recognizing their strategies, on top of going over this information that you're kind of trying to crack with Declan there. You are quickly seeing that the events in Angel City's past that you are very aware of and actively participated in predictably created a power vacuum. And while the Corps and the Leos and the Marshals kept a lid on things, it's harder to do that out in the Fringe. And with a little bit of digging, a little bit of research, you're able to see that the ghost lights did start out as just nobodies. But somehow they started very quickly coming up in the ranks. And you're able to see the signs. Who you have interacted with in Angel City's past, you're very aware of those types of families, those types of operating systems, and you get that gut feeling that the ghost lights are angling to be the next Zidarians. And that's very concerning and worrisome. They're not there yet, but you see the building blocks. You see the foundation. because you are kind of strengthening and building that community, you're able to talk to people. You're able to ask a couple questions. You're able to get some kind of groundswell of information, and that's helping you put this all together. You're able to figure out a couple little operating sites and the corners that people tend to run on. And you're not necessarily working with the Leos and the security teams from the Corps, but with the help of Declan, with the help of Akane, with the help of some good Samaritans in the city, you're able to kind of corral a little bit of the information, oust a couple people, put some dents in the operation, so to speak. But I think a lot of that is going to be a story for another time. Let's switch over to Akane. In the aftermath of this event, anything big that Akane is working on, anything that is on her immediate to-do list kind of thing?
I think that the most important thing after seeing to the espresso machine and actual cup of coffee, Akane would probably start collating data on the ghost lights, starting with rolling out to the warehouse that there was some mysteriously large explosions and lots of gunfire. There was a lot of intel found there that kind of pointed towards the ghost lights growing popularity, their growing strength here in the Plex. And with that information, along with what Catassie's been able to feed to her, she was able to kind of determine that it's not just the ghost lights. The ghost lights are getting help. They're getting help from either another criminal syndicate within the city or one of the corps. They're still not sure. But one of the things that a couple months later, Akane is given the lead of a task force that is dedicated to finding that out, trying to root out the ghost lights and curb their upcoming power grab.
Yeah. So over the course of these months leading up to that, a lot of the work Akane is doing is kind of off the books after hours, because, like we said, the view of the ghost lights in the upper echelons is just that they're nobodies. It's a growing threat, but it's out in the fringe, so who cares? They're going to do what they're going to do. The corps don't care. The people the corps are paying off don't care. But this is one of those things that once Akane has sunk her hooks into, she doesn't want to let go. She's got that gut feeling, especially with some of the things she encounters. So there are a lot of hours and days working with Catassie, with some of Catassie's contacts, that network. Pulling on some threads that Declan's able to provide, some informants, some corporate connections, some other contacts that Akane has all over the city. So this is becoming like a really big network. And because of all those after hours, all that after hour work, when the task force is eventually created, you've done the majority of the work already. So you're able to come in and really wow your supervisors.
I've got the yarn wall built already,
Yeah. So you're able to bring that in. You're able to really start on it, and as you start digging into it, once it's more of an official thing, that's when you start to find out really how far they're going. And unfortunately, they've also still been working and growing in those months. So a lot of the information you found, not that it's outdated or old-fashioned, it's just that it's not as relevant anymore. They've developed a lot in the same time that you've been doing all of this. So you're still playing catch-up. You're still going to be chasing after them a little bit. But that, again, is going to be a story for another time. Let's look at Duke. You left the city with Sam. You traveled with her and Elijah for a little bit. what was the Duke mostly in the fringe of Angel City? Has he ever been out in the Wastelands? Is this his first time visiting?
Yeah, this is his first time visiting the Waste. He's in for a big wake-up call.
Yeah. Your first night in the Waste is scary as shit. Because there's no light, there's no ambient noise, there's weird sounds, there's weird animals. It's scary. It is creepy.
Oh yeah, he's so scared the first night that he just honestly can't get any sleep. Starts driving off even further. I think eventually he finds his way to some sort of little, I guess I'd call it like a little Robin Hood group who does like guerrilla tactics against like corpse along trading routes and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe you kind of drive off that first night in a panic, and you kind of wander through the wastes, just trying to wrap your head around the situation that you found yourself in. You felt confident and comfortable in the city. You had your network of contacts. Now you got nothing. I think maybe at one point you even consider turning around and going back home, but you feel you want to commit to this. I think maybe at some point you end up in kind of not like a ramshackle town, but more like almost like a temporary town. Like you find yourself at the intersection of some main trade roads. You see a bunch of truckers. You see a bunch of like people that are clearly traveling merchants going from one town to one outpost to the next outpost out here in the Wastelands. And they've just set up shop here for a couple days. Like, oh, my truck needs repair, so I'm just going to plop down here for a little bit. And as other merchants and other travelers come along, like, you know, they've just found themselves here for a couple days. So it's kind of like an accidental temporary settlement. And some of these people, you're able to connect with them. You're able to chit chat with them. The Duke is really good at building a rapport with people and finding business opportunities. So I think right off the bat, maybe you start helping some of these people sell their wares, or you start kind of haggling a little bit, trying to turn a profit, trying to find your footing out here, something that is familiar that you can latch onto. And that starts to help you feel good about being out here. And you're able to see that while this is not the city, while this is not a metroplex, there's thriving towns and villages out here. You travel with some of these merchants for a little bit, and you find towns that are just thriving and full of families and children and people, and they're farming and they're raising livestock and they're selling and they're making their own lives out here. And this is like something kind of hits home with you as this chord, like this is almost like real life as opposed to what the Plex is selling. You've always heard the stories growing up in the Plex that no one can live out in the wastelands. It's just desolate, and there's just raiders going from one kill to the next. And then yet, you know, behind this hill, there's hundreds of people living in a community and taking care of each other and repairing each other's cyber tech and finding scrap and sharing with each other. And something about this is just really good, and you like adjusting in this new challenge of life. And as you start to help these people, you do see some of those opportunities to be a little bit more nefarious, like some of your old skills, and bring to bear some of your old training. And you do eventually meet up with some people that are able to obtain products from corporate shipping and find some of those opportunities to shift wealth from where it's being hoarded to where it might be needed. And once again, those stories, I think, are for another time. and we will return to Sam and Elijah. You headed off. Elijah was pretty nervous. You were traveling with this new friend, the Duke, for a little bit, who just suddenly took off in the middle of the night. And it's just the two of you. And you have a destination ahead of you.
Yeah. Samantha is behind the wheel of this janky old SUV. Kind of creaks and croaks from many, many years of wear and tear, and probably a lot of wear and tear around the city. The suspension's shot, the AC doesn't work, the windows don't roll back up. You know, it's a piece of junk, you know. But as they're rolling down the road, the wind is kind of blowing in their hair and stuff like that. And, you know, they're headed down this dilapidated highway towards the coordinates that Galen sent. And they still got a few days ahead of them and stuff like that, but it's not a big deal. Like, it's actually the most time that Sam and Elijah have spent together in a long time. Elijah had to leave his glow behind in the city because it has already been hacked one time, and we're not taking any chances, right? So he doesn't have games and things like that to play. So he starts asking his mom what it was like growing up in the caravans and things from the old world, you know. And over campfires and things like that, she shares stories of what it was like back then, and, you know, they laugh unlike anything they've done in a long time. You know, it's a real mother and son actually bonding together. You know, they get a little sad every once in a while because they know that they probably can't go back to Angel City. But then they start to wonder, like, what's it going to be like in the place we're going, and what's Dad up to, and things like that. You know, for Samantha, it's nothing new. She's been running with Galen her entire life. And during some of the longer days that they've got on the road, you know, when the sun is kind of just setting just right, you know, she'll catch a glimpse of Elijah out the corner of her eye and swear that Galen that she knew when she was that age is sitting next to her. And then I guess we kind of see as the camera sort of pans up as the car speeds off, you know, we see in the distance what the audience knows is the familiar canyon and settlement that is Solace, and Sam and Elijah's new home.
And with that, I think we can draw a close on Finding Solace. Again, thank you to all of our performers for everything we have done and created together. Thank you all in the chat for being here with us for this special 4-episode story, for doing something a little bit different and fun and experimental. Thank you, future audiences on the YouTubes and the podcast. It is time for So Longs. Let us hear from our lovely cast about who they are, where they can be found, and what they're doing, starting, as always, with Mallo.
Thank you all again for showing up. Thank you all for supporting us for so many years. We have put up so many episodes and things like that across all of our different properties, on podcast, on YouTube, everywhere for that. So, you know, just again, super thankful for all of the support. This is a dream for me to be able to kind of come on and perform with all these wonderful people and tell stories and just have fun with my friends. And y'all allow us to do that. And that's just, there's no better feeling for it. You know? If you want to keep up with me, catch me at the Mallo Man just about anywhere. We've got a lot of stuff about the music that we'll talk about over the next couple of days and stuff as we lead into season 2 of Neon Trails, which starts next week. We're streaming back to back for the first time in a little while. So we'll be back for the first episode of that next week. And that's really exciting. So I cannot wait to see, as bittersweet as it is to say goodbye to this cast, it's also super exciting to say hello to our friends in that one as well. So the fun that we get to do is hopefully bring some of these folks back in the future for some more stuff. We'll see. Ideas, scheming, all that good stuff.
Alrighty, and Kaylee.
Sorry, I'm being attacked by a cat just off camera. Has been a lot of fun. It's been really good to spend some time back in the Identico world ever since some chaos faded off of the potosphere. I'm not very active on socials right now. Just kind of keeping my head down and doing a lot of work. But you can find me still doing Smuggler's Blues every other Tuesday night. So we'll be back over there against Neon Trails, unfortunately, because somebody misscheduled. But you can always come see us because we start at 8. And then you can check us out for an hour and then go over to Neon Trails. You know, it's a whole thing because we're East Coasters and we like to start early. So you can check us out over there at twitch.tv/RookandRasp. Also, you'll be able to find me later this year, nary a month and a half, maybe less than 2 months away in Dayton, Ohio at Akatecon, the D12th Akatecon, where maybe I get to play games this year. We'll see.
And Cass.
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, most of the socials at Punapologetic Podcast. You can also catch me anywhere you can catch a podcast.
And Leo.
Yeah, you can catch me on my socials at supposedly Leo, wherever you want to try and find me. And yeah.
And Mav, bring us home.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite black guy on the internet, Mav. I'm the host of Digital Clubhouse TV. You can find me here on Twitch. Most of the time, 4 days out of the week. Well, first off, I want to say thank you for inviting me on this and learning how to play a new system. I enjoyed playing Declan. He is one of my new favorite characters, and I hope to God I save his marriage. But my man is this close to dancing out in the rain like Usher at this point. But I want to say thank you, and you can find me, like I said, on Digital Clubhouse TV, and you can also find me if you enjoy my character work in these live plays. You can also find me on Thousand Faces TTRPG, where I play Otto, the little Haragon sweet boy, and Nine, the big burly Rushakin in our City of the Crimson Tower game, which actually has a new episode tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can follow us there. And yeah, I play a lot of video games.
And I am on all of your socials at the Caleb G. You can also find me right here for all things Identico, here and there with Farm to Fable, and taking up a lot of space in the RPG Academy. Speaking of that, and what Kaylee was talking about, Akatecon 2024 badges are available right now over on tabletop.events. The con is happening in November, the 8th to the 10th in Dayton, Ohio. The full 3-day badge is only $50, and that gives you access to pretty much everything. Games and events are included at no extra charge. We've got karaoke, trivia, panels, a massive free board game library, play-to-win games, raffles, prizes, vendors, a whole lot more. Swing over, grab a badge, come see us this November. As I said at the top of the show, please check your voter registration. Make sure you make time to vote. Maybe request a mail-in ballot or check with your county about early voting. Please familiarize yourself with local issues and candidates at every level. Nothing is too trivial or unimportant right now. Every vote counts now more than ever. And hey, maybe the people that are lying and making up racist stories to stir up fear and hate don't deserve your votes. But that is it for today. I am so excited to say see you next week. Same cyber time, same cyber station. In the meantime, we love you. Good night. Take care of yourself. Take your meds. Eat a snack. Drink your water. Touch some grass. Take care of yourself. And we will see you next time.
Finding Solace, a Neon Trails miniseries, is Cassie playing Catassie, Kaylee playing Akane, Leo playing the Duke, Mav playing Declan, me, Mallo, playing Samantha Gray, and the Caleb G is our game runner. You can learn more about the game we play on this podcast by going to www.playidentico.com. You can join us live for these sessions every other Tuesday on twitch.tv/Identico. And you can see the full archive of shows and how to play videos over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Identico. And don't forget to follow us on the socials at Humanoid Games on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.